Hi guys, Rudy here, and we are going to play the Stanley's Parable. And for this game, there are many different paths to Stanley's life, and you play Stanley, and you have to choose which path you think Stanley should go on. There's actually a British narrator the whole path, so here we go. This is the first time I'm going to play this game, so let's go.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Maybe I've killed them. Nobody here. Oh, that door needs to be pushed in. Oh, can't do that. Somebody spilled the coffee all over my new carpet. That was my carpet. I paid for it.
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left.
But alright. The door's farther. Ooh, it's so bright out. I can't see anything.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Maybe I will. So let's look at the to-do. Synergize core value expenditures. Shift global market. Parade, probably. Monetize free to play. Sounds like they're trying to do some money stuff. Bi-quarterly. Post revenue review. Alrighty then. Office running some sort of business here. It's a broom closet. Probably with brooms in it. Ooh. I can go in here.
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
Okay. But there is stuff here. Little wrenches, some toilet paper.
There was nothing here. No choice to make, no path to follow, just an empty broom closet.
Alright.
No reason to still be here.
Well,
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
no, I didn't. I go down the stairs and book it out of here as fast as I can. Chris Man's after me.
But
It's my
Stanley
car.
just couldn't do it.
Oh.
He considered the possibility
Wait.
of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work
Look
hours.
here again.
He might be fired for that.
Where
And in
does the
such a
car get out?
competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished. His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all. None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down? Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went? And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they
They are.
simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming, he yelled. This is all a dream. Oh, what a relief Stanley
I don't
felt
remember
to have
yelling
finally
that,
found
but
an answer, an
apparently I
explanation.
did.
His co-workers weren't
I'm
actually
Stanley.
gone. He wasn't going to lose his
That's
job.
my car.
He wasn't crazy after all.
Ain't she
He thought to
pretty?
himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So
somebody
he
made a
imagined
mess.
himself flying and began to gently float above the ground.
Whoa.
Then
I'm
he
floating.
imagined himself soaring through space on a magical star field, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up.
This is
How
cool.
was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking? Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself.
Yeah,
I'm through with this dream.
And
I wish it
a
could
lot.
be over.
Mm-hmm.
Let me go back to my job. Let me
But if
continue
any of
pushing
you
the
were
buttons.
wondering what,
Please, it's all I
why
want.
this dream was so lucid,
I
a
want
lucid
my
dream is when
apartment
you
and my
are completely
wife
in control.
and my job.
and it's
All I
completely
want
real.
is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine. I am okay.
It's a little creepy. Look, I'm all good, guys. I'm still alive.
Stanley began
Stanley's
screaming.
balding. Here we go.
Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black.
And it did.
This is the story of a woman named Mariella.
Mariella.
Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work.
Oh.
But on this particular day,
That's
her
me.
walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although
Ouch.
she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day, the very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body.
Jerk.
And then
Don't
she
put your
turned and
feelings
ran.
before my death. I'm dead. I just got dead. Alright, so that was one of the first of many paths, apparently. Apparently this game takes 6 hours to complete. So we have spent 9 minutes on this so far. So what happened in that episode was we were basically walking around, and if you don't choose a path he likes, he gets a little upset, and he starts to make you die, or starts to make you seem crazy. And yeah, so I think we'll do one more path before this episode ends. So here we go
How
again.
wonderful. Stanley was alone. Finally. This is great, he thought to himself. This is what I've
I'm not
wanted all
thinking
along.
that. This
I
is not
got
great.
what I wanted.
I remember what happened last time. Stanley is knowledgeable.
When Stanley came to a set
Okay, we're
of
gonna go
two
right
open
door this
doors,
time.
this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and
It is
Stanley
not
knew
the
it
correct way
perfectly
to the
well.
meeting room because
Perhaps
we
he
know
wanted
that.
to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Ooh, it's got pretty flows. All blue.
Wow. Yes.
some drinks.
This room. What a
this is
beautiful
box.
room. What a gorgeous, gorgeous room.
It is gorgeous.
Thank goodness Stanley had taken this detour
this room
on
is
his
so
way to the meeting room.
gorgeous.
Life without having
this room's gorgeous,
experienced
guys.
this room
This room's
was now too
gorgeous.
horrible even to consider.
I'm gonna drink that free coffee nut. Coffee nut. Free coffee nut, whatever.
Yes, really, really worth it being here. But eager to get back to
that's
business,
the,
Stanley took the
Office
first
Jet
open door on his left.
2020. That's my favorite. And because it shoots out cardboard boxes. People just leaving those papers on the floor. Oh, janitor must be sick. Let's go left. No. Let's go this way.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Let's do some geometry. Some geometry. Yeah, that's my song. It's pretty awesome, I know. You're probably all jealous. Can I jump? Yep.
But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
I am. I'm super strong. Alright, that was an interesting path. Obviously, you keep looping back to the same old desk. With that dot, a green dot being like beep, beep. Kind of like Lost, you know? If any of you guys ever watched that show. Alright, so this was the first episode of many. If you want to see more, please subscribe to us. That would be greatly appreciated. Alright, stay tuned, guys. Bye.